right, back out on trail. Actually, no trail this weekend. It's a 4th of July weekend, so it's just a camp out with some friends. I'm at a site that I've been to a few other times before, and it's one of my favorite spots in the Chippewa. So I brought everybody out here this weekend. I'm with 4 others. You have probably seen them all in videos. I am with Ken. Ken, you've probably seen in our last winter camp out video at this lake, along with Sam. Sam's also here with his wife, Holly. And then Don, who's been here all week holding this site down for us. Don, I think you haven't seen on my videos since the Hot Tent Hoedown, I believe. So it's going to be nice to hang out with Don for this weekend. But Don has been at this site on the peninsula all week, and I think we're making this like our home base. And then we're going to head out to the island right there and set up to camp out for the rest of the weekend. So we'll probably set our stuff up there today, come back over here for home base, hang out with Don for the night. Don might be taking off tomorrow, he thinks. So that is kind of the plan for the weekend so far. I will check back in later. All right, we have made it to what is called Ant Island. This place is full of ants to the point where I am sitting on top of a stump because it keeps me away from the ants on the ground. But we got hammocks all set up. Ken and Holly and Sam all have a hammock. I'm in my tent. So just a beautiful little island. Some gorgeous giant white pines on this island. So, definitely beautiful. So we're going to hang out here and get a little something to eat, a little snack, and then we're going to head back to where Don is on the peninsula because Don's got dinner getting ready for us. So I will check back in later. All right, it's about 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30, and at 7 o'clock we got some storms coming in, and at 8 to 9 o'clock they're supposed to be pretty severe, like some pretty epic storms. It's all red on the radar. So we are getting back into our kayaks. We're heading across the lake before it's too late to head across the lake, and we're gonna head over to our island campsite, hang out there until it starts to rain, and then we'll all retreat to our hammocks and tents. So I will check back in a little bit later. All right, we are back on the island campsite, and I'm gonna go into the woods here and check out the latrine because I haven't seen the latrine in probably over a year, and I just want to know where it's at just in case I have to hit it in the middle of the night or when it's dark, and I still don't see it. Where is it? There it is. Here, I'll show you. It's actually pretty nice back here. it's a whole lot cooler. There is a latrine for this group campsite. And you can always tell how much a campsite has been used by looking in the latrine. Not used much. Well, as you can see behind me, these storms are coming. We're starting to hear all the thunder. So it is definitely on its way. And it's about 8 o'clock right now. So the flies are starting to come out. But it's about 8 o'clock and we're all gonna hunker down. The rain is supposed to last until like noon to 3 o'clock tomorrow. So we all might be in our tents and hammocks for a good amount of time, so I feel like everybody will get plenty of good sleep tonight. We'll check back in later. This is intense. Oh man, my steak came out. Shit. Not good, not good. Oh man. Not good, not good. Oh man. Oh shit. This is not good. This is very, very not good. Oh shit, man, I gotta fix my tent. Oh my god, my steak came out. Not good. Not good at all. Oh man. Alright, it's letting up a little bit. That was intense. I gotta fix some shit while the wind died down. Yeah, that was intense, man.
That was kind of sketchy.
That was very sketchy. That was Badlands sketchy, man. Oh man, I'm glad my tent is still alive. Oh, I hope we don't get nothing more serious than that. Anything more serious than that, I don't think my tent's gonna hold up to it. Dude, my tent was just collapsing on the inside. Man, that was epic. Oh man, yeah, that was intense. I'm glad that only lasted like 10 minutes. Oh man, that was epic.
It might be an interesting night.
I'm hoping it's not going to be more interesting than that. That was intense. We just got like 10 minutes of probably the most severe thunderstorm this tent has ever witnessed. Before tonight, it was the Badlands. I think that was slightly worse than the Badlands. So let's just hope this tent holds up the rest of the night. At like midnight to 3 o'clock, I think we were supposed to get something, I think, a little bit more intense. Oh my gosh, I hope it just doesn't happen. Oh, pray for us. Fuck, here's round 2. This is not good. This is not good. Both my steaks are coming out. This is not good. This is just not good. Guys, I don't know about this. I don't know if we're gonna last the night. This is not good. All right, I'm making it so far. The tent is staked back out. I'm getting us some little drips just here and there. Sam says he's gonna make a run for land and go for his truck. I think that's a bad idea. It's about to start up again and it's lightning everywhere. That means he's kayaking 30 minutes across the lake almost in lightning. And this right here, that's a bad idea. I really don't think that's a good idea. So me and Ken's staying in his hammock and he's just kind of holding out. I'm holding out in this tent. But as long as we don't get that wind like we had at the very beginning, I think I'm going to be fine. So I'll check back in a little bit, but this is intense. All right, seems to be round 3. We'll see how it goes. All right, it is morning. Kind of got up to assess the damage from last night. Ken's got a tear in his tent or his tarp. Holly and Sam, they boned out. As soon as that got so bad that their hammocks just weren't holding up to the winds. So in the wind, rain, lightning, and thunder, they went across the lake to their vehicle, to their truck, and they slept in the truck all night. So we're gonna kayak over there shortly and see how everybody's doing. And what's kind of interesting is when we were checking out the site earlier in the day, I was walking through just the edge of the lake over here, exploring, and that tree that went down last night, I heard it cracking yesterday, and I said, this tree's ready to go. And sure enough, it went down during that storm, and it sounded pretty darn close when that giant tree went down. I had to yell out and say, Ken, you okay? And Ken's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, it was like 3:30 last night it went down.
Oh, man, I didn't know what time it was, yeah. It went down, and it was a loud crash, but it was so close to Ken over here. I really thought it was a tree closer to him, so I yelled out, I'm like, Ken, you okay? We all made it so far. We haven't gone over to the mainland yet and check everybody out, but it seems everything's okay here, aside from one down tree. But we'll head on over there in a little while, and I will check back in, and we will assess the damage on the mainland. Okay, we're on the mainland, and you see the damage behind me. Don's bug tent and hammock didn't quite survive, so he retreated to his truck right there. Everybody made it fine tonight. Sam and Holly were in their truck. Holly's still in there, getting as much sleep as she can. Good. My truck there's no trees on my truck, so we're good. But definitely, I shouldn't say definitely, probably, definitely the worst storm I've ever been into with my tent. So, and it was supposed to be raining all day today, and it's getting lighter and lighter out. So we have no rain, and it doesn't look like it's supposed to rain the rest of the day. So hopefully that's it. We can just enjoy the day. All right, Donna's headed home. We are all heading to the island campsite, and then we're gonna do some paddling around the lake. Maybe check out the Girl Scout camp that's on the far end of the lake that we checked out in the winter time. See what it's looking like in the summertime. Check back in a bit. All right, that wraps it up for this trip for the 4th of July weekend. It was an epic one with some epic storms that first night, so definitely one to remember. I always love this place. It has a real Boundary Waters feel to it. No permits, no people. But that's going to call it for this trip. It was a good one. Catch me on the next one.